Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Shem Abishai by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors into the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. To the scattered, hopefully elect that are scattered among the heathen nations that be like unto the speckled bird, and the Akwaf that are listening and learning. To you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago. All right, and I'm just going to open with the scriptures, right into it, because this woman pretty much confirms what I have believed about this coronavirus COVID-19 for quite some while, for quite a while now, and she confirmed it with her expertise. All right, because she's a professional in her field, and I am not. And I believed it, and then she confirmed it. All right, this is 1 Timothy 4:2, and it says, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. I mean, meaning they have seared. You know, when you take something and you, like when you take a mark or you brand someone, they've seared that lie into the minds of the people, and cause a worldwide panic. And all it is to do is to set up, they have an agenda, and it's to set up their new world system, their new order of things, which every president since Reagan has uttered those very words that I just said. All right, they're trying to bring in a new system of things, and all this newfound order, getting in lines and not being able to go here and not being able to go there. And of course, the digital currency. All is interconnected to what they're doing. All right. And I've been hearing this stuff about 5G, which he's going to talk to. The beloved brother Kaparia, a.k.a. Pops, has been talking about this 5G, the threat and the dangers of it for almost a year now. And now it's all tying in with this whole corona thing and the symptoms. But let's continue in the scriptures. This is because they've twisted science and they've lied. So this is 1 Timothy 6:20, and it reads, Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoid profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so called. And this is basically that's E's big O. I mean, his MO. That's the first thing he runs to, is he runs to his falsified science to try and prove or justify himself on his actions. But his science is all false, because the word science simply means to know. So often in Esau science, they don't know. They use a hypothesis on everything, and a hypothesis is a guess. Well, you can't guess the measurements of something. You actually have to know it. If you're gonna replace a window, you can't look at it and guess the measurements of the window. You actually have to measure the window. You have to know. And that's all science means, is to know. And half the things that they pass off, they don't know. It's all hypotheses and guesses. Because why? Because this people is a liar, and she's gonna drop bomb on them, man. This is the truth bomb. Let me, because you know you twist your words, man. All right, they be hunting this sister down, saying she got a bomb. This is Psalms 43, and it reads 43 and 1, and it reads, judge me, O power, and plead my cause against the ungodly nation. Oh, deliver me from the deceitful and unjust man. And they are unjust and deceitful. And they sit in the power seat, and they wield their unjust power cruelly and with ill intention. And only the Lord is going to be able to save us from this. And one of the things he's doing is that he's exposing them. And the actions that they're taking, this is going to cause riots and rebellion in the streets. The insurrections are going to come as a result of what they're doing. All right, but this is Psalms 52. And 2, and it reads, the tongue deviseth mischiefs like a sharp razor, working deceitfully. All right, so she's going to show you how deceitful these people are being. Because one thing that this COVID did is it has covered up the crash of the dollar, and then they quietly passed in the cover of the smoke screen of COVID, they passed this new digital currency thing. So it's just a matter of time before cash is no good and everything goes digital, which will bring in the mark of the beast. Secondly, it has distracted completely from World War III, which is still red hot. All right, that whole thing that's going on over in the Middle East, and now America's back into Iraq, supposedly fighting Iran within Iraq again. All right, now remember, America has no business and never should have been in Iraq. Remember, there were no weapons of mass destruction. Why? Because it was a lie. This is Psalms 50 and 19. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. So without any further ado, let's let this sister speak for about, a few minutes, and I'm going to profile another video, and then maybe come back to this one, and we're going to close out. To make sure the sound is up. Okay.
Hi guys, here in Crystal Clear here, and as a medical professional, and bro, where do I start? Where do I begin? Where do I start? Where do I begin? Where do I start? Where do I begin? Where do I start? Number one, not only is the healthcare profession, man, dude, this is bullshit. It's all lies. I'm sorry to tell you. Even the information that you guys are spreading around and that the healthcare field is releasing is lies, okay? It said that the coronavirus can last on a surface for 5 days. Number one, it can be killed in 80-degree heat, okay? Any virus can be killed with heat or can be shot in cold. Okay, so this whole thing is bupkis. Okay, it's so bupkis. I'm alarmed at what they're allowing. I'm alarmed. That perfect example. If a virus could survive outside of a host for 5 days, why does not everyone in America or in the world have AIDS? Okay, say if I lay this down. Say if this was AIDS. And I left it here. There's no way I can come back and pick this up because heat's gonna kill it, chemicals are gonna kill it, water is gonna kill it, ice is gonna kill it. It's gonna decimate as soon as it hits air. Do you understand me? It is gonna decimate. If you apply heat, you will kill it. That's why you're supposed to wash your clothes in hot water. It kills germs. People, this is going on too far. This is going on too fucking far, and I'm sick of it. There's no way in the world that the healthcare administration would ever keep letting this keep going on for so long. I mean, it's ridiculous. Tell me why. Let me tell you something. If this was the case, we would have diseases from prehistoric days. Do you hear me? We would have the cold of Adam and Eve. We would have the diseases of Abraham. And it doesn't. It doesn't survive. It doesn't live on. None of that. None of that. When the Ice Age, all that Darwinism bullshit, when all that melted, guess what melted with it? As soon as the sun hit any virus, disease, I do tell you this, fungus can live on. Fungus can grow. Fungus can get inside, grab onto your skin, and not let go. Enhance, in turn, creating a ringworm. You see what I mean? That's the only thing that can latch on and stay. Okay, fungus can stay, but no. If a virus stayed around like this, everybody in the United States, in the world, would have AIDS, HIV. You would have every viral infection known to man if this was true. Am I lying or am I lying? I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with it. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Bleach kills any and everything. Bleach kills AIDS. Bleach kills HIV. Bleach kills fungus. Okay? So this is bullshit. This is really bullshit. What's happening here is they're trying to introduce a new world order. Okay? And they're using this the COVID as a cover-up. Because when they deploy the 5G, that is pure radiation, it causes flu-like symptoms and even cancer and leukemia. Okay, people?
So there's the truth. There's the to know part. That's science. Science means to know. What they've been giving you is fabrications. Now let's click over to another video of the Silver Report.
Hey guys, welcome to the Silver Report Uncut. Now, there was a couple of videos we've done recently. I discussed about how it seemed like the shelves were empty on purpose. We're getting these messages saying that police are not going to be responding to calls like breaking and entering in certain cities. And I felt like, it's about to get crazy. They're putting on the news. They're not going to be responding to people breaking into houses. I mean, what is it they want? And the shelves they were making.
And I'll tell you what they want. They want sedition and insurrection so that they can respond to it with extreme prejudice. Because that is exactly what is coming. That's I did a video maybe a week or so ago, not even, about how the second Ezra's, the 15th chapter, the things of it are walking off the page. All right, because they're trying to control food supply by banning seeds. All right, from customers, and the places where they're banning them from, because they're saying that there's a heavy demand for seeds from all over the world to grow food. All right, all of a sudden there is, okay, but in the midst of doing that, you're banning seeds from commercial carriers where regular citizens go to. Why? Why would you do that? All right, why would you do that? And then because the thing is that commercial growers, they don't get their seeds from Walmart. They don't get their seeds from Lowe's or from Home Depot. They don't. That's not where they get their seeds from. They don't get their seeds from those places. All right, and then not answering calls, and this prolonged lockdown. What it's going to lead to is these insurrection, especially on these warm days. And now they're threatening to arrest people left and right and control the food supply. This is absolutely ridiculous. All right, because without fruits and vegetables, you're bound to get sick pretty quickly. All right, so and they want of course they want you to not to be able to feed yourself with real food. As you see on the screen here, you got what, spinach and corn, all these things you see in the background. And those are foods that sustain life, man. You need vitamin C, vitamin D. You need all these things, man. But they want to feed you with this GMO stuff, which is going to kill you. And then they're going to take it and make it and control that. And what's they're going to do? That's going to cause sedition and riots, man. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 15. And it says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands." All right, and that's because of the riots and the famine. All right, and like he said, they're not going to be responding to breaking and entries. So that's also that breaking and entry is also going to be murder, rape, and robbery. And they're not going to respond to these things. All right, verse 16. "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and in the course of their actions they shall stand in great power." And that's what's happening. If you can't see that, that's what they're threatening right here. And then this next line, it says, "For a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." And what are you seeing now? You're seeing checkpoints and different curfews. Or basically a curfew in the sense that you're not allowed to be on the streets unless you're going for your things that they deem immediate, that you need immediately. Anything that you don't actually need immediately is not, then you can't be out. But how can they judge whether you're going out to get food or not? So what this means is they're just going to be able to detain whomever they want. And that's what this is all leading up to. All right? And hey, shoot, Ray Charles could have seen this coming. All right, let's click back to the other video. And let's go to toward the end of the video. Let's see where she's at.
I can't do it all myself. Okay? I can't try to save the world by myself. I can't help you guys think by yourself. But it seems like no matter how much truth that I put out, you don't listen anyway. So I assume.
Well, sounds like she has the same issue that the Hebrew Israelites have. And the thing is that well before she ever said it, the Hebrew Israelites have been saying it. All right? The Hebrew Israelites have been on the highways and byways for what, 30-something years now? Okay? Though they were mainly in New York, but the last 12 they've been on the highways and byways across America and around the world. And the videos go 24/7. All right? You got brothers, you got all these camps across the states and across the world, and you got brothers putting up videos daily sounding the alarm about these things that are happening.
You want to die. So I'm just going to wrap it up. These videos are for the people who want to think. These are for the people who are second guessing life. All right? Because I'm telling you, everything that you see, objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. Everything that you see in this world is not what it is. And there ain't nothing new under the sun. Okay?
That was Solomon's quote.
There's nothing new
King Solomon.
Under the sun. The only way you're going to get sick and contract a cold, okay, is if your immune system is bad. That means if you're eating mucus-forming foods, okay, like meat, dairy, cheese, processed foods, junk food.
And I live that. Being in the health field, being a martial artist and being a personal trainer for many, many years. All right, I lived and then got sick myself. All right, because of what? Mainly because of the processed foods for me. All right, and then still eating, at the age I'm at now, still eating the same way that I did, 20, 30 years ago. You can't do that. You have to adjust. And then 20, 30 years ago, the food wasn't as bad as it is now. So you can get sick just by eating. You really need to control what you eat and stay away from, like she said, mucus-forming foods, because viruses live and survive in the mucus.
If you're not eating right, you're gonna pollute your body. It is as simple as that. And when you pollute your...
That's why the Lord gave you dietary laws. No shrimp, lobster, pork. And they say that the deaths are increasing now, surpassing New York down in Louisiana. And what do they eat? Love that chicken from Popeye. So all they eating is shrimp, lobster, crawdad, and all that other stuff that gives you... that's what they have so many underlying conditions down there. Everybody's got heart disease or diabetes or both.
Body, those germs sit in the mucus, okay? And they cultivate. Many of y'all need to know this, okay? Because right now the media got y'all sharing all kind of lies, bullshit, and it ain't even all that deep. Think about it. If you could let a virus survive outside of the body longer than 5 days, wouldn't the whole world have AIDS?
See, she did the whole Cat Williams. She'll wait because ain't nobody got no answers. That's why she giving you that sour face look. Because she's saying she just gave you the facts to know a virus can't survive outside of the body for more than 5 days. It can't survive barely 5 minutes. It needs a host to survive. That look, have they that narrowly look upon thee? As a matter of fact, let's get that. Because she's narrowly looking upon you. Because she's caught you in your lies, man. Matter of fact, before I read that, let me read this. This is Jeremiah 50:23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder? They just got cut. She just cut their lie. All right? That's why she gave them the twisted face. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? And as the nations find this truth out, man, they're all gonna fire those arrows over here, those fiery arrows that have come from one end of the earth to the other, because all this death, destruction, and loss of life, loss of job and way of living, they're all going to blame Esau, Edom. Why? Because he was given unto him. He's that red horse. Let's grab that. That took power from the earth. I'm still on my way to Isaiah to get that. They shall nearly look upon thee. But this is Revelation 6:4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. And that's what's left. Because the problem now is that the counter information is coming out faster than the lies. So what does that mean? That means that Esau is just going to have to cut this internet, man. He's just going to have to cut it. And then you won't be able to hear any truth. Because she's a truther. All right? She's not proclaiming the name of Yahweh Bashem Nabashai, but she's giving you the no. She's giving you science, not hypotheses and guesses. All right, but this is Isaiah 14 and 16. Actually, verse 12. And it reads, the point is in verse 16, though. All right? As a matter of fact, I'm going to run her back. Let me run her back a little bit when she gives that little tidbit of information. Now, let me read it. This is Isaiah 14 and 11. Let's start there. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of the vials of the worm is spread under thee. And the worms cover thee. So worms, because he is deteriorating. His lies are deteriorating every day. So he's going to be forced to use that hammer, to just use the sword. He's going to be forced to just use his might to enforce his will, as he did in the past. Because he's trying to do it and justify himself to make the people believe in him. But he's beginning to be seen, revealed. All right? And it says, verse 12, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? All right? For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven and will exalt my throne above the stars of power. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. And why? Because the world is being controlled from North America. All right? Verse 14, I will ascend above the heights of the cloud, and I will be like the Most High. And ever since they got the power of flight, which was given to them of the Lord, they think they're just unstoppable and that they're godlike. Verse 15, this is what you're witnessing now. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. And they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee. Like that look she gave, that twisting up of her face. She was looking narrowly upon their lies, exposing them. And say, is this the man? So Lucifer is a man. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right? This asshole right over here, Bill Gates, he's one of the main people. There he is, the third column down. All right? Said, is this the man? All right? That made the earth to tremble and did shake the nations. And yeah, and they weakened the nations. And one of the ways they weaken them is they weaken you through your immune system. Now, let's let her finish out. We'll close this up.
Y'all sharing all kind of lies, bullshit, and it ain't even all that deep. Think about it. If you could let a virus survive outside of the body longer than 5 days, wouldn't the whole world have AIDS?
giving them the gas face. Third
Do you
base.
know how many people with AIDS would do this? They would say, you know what?
But we can stop at that. But with that, I'm going to give all praises going honor unto Yahweh Bashem Abishai, Bahashem Rakar Kwadash, Wa Abba Babal. Shalom.